So, the fifth wave. I have freaking notes, okay? I have a lot to say about this movie. I really hated it. And I was very upset. Actually, you know what? I wasn't upset because every single thing I've heard about this movie was that it sucked. Overall, I give it 1.5 stars. 1.5, that's about it. I read this book first off, okay? So don't come at me. I'd like to start with the good things because you have to give it something. I think personally I was okay with the cinematography. It wasn't that bad. Let's talk about the actors. Cassie, what is her name? Who plays her? Fifth wave cast. Chloe Grace Moretz. She did okay. I didn't think it was that terrible of a performance. You know, she could have been better. Personally, I think it was just not a good movie for her. I think they should have given her not a book to movie adaptation, even though she did do If I Stay. She did really, really good in that movie. But she did okay. So from the book, I think I give her a 7 out of 10. She was convincingly a good Cassie. From the movie, I'm gonna give her a 6 out of 10. She gave a good performance, but no one cared. You know what, performance-wise, I'm gonna give her an 8.5 out of 10 because she did do good. It was the directing and the writing and the script who sucked. I think I was expecting a more badass kind of vibe, and she just wasn't. She was just kind of scared the whole time. Sammy, he did really good. Who played that kid? Zachary Arthur? I think this is his first big movie. I mean, he was the most convincing, I think. Him and Chloe did a very good, convincing job of being brother and sister. Relationship-wise, though, I was expecting a little more. I think I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10 from the book. He did good at recreating that character. But from the movie, I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. I mean, you can't really get much better. He's supposed to be 5. And he wasn't really in the movie. The whole movie is supposed to be about getting to Sammy. Okay, and for Ben, I didn't like it. I didn't like him either. He didn't do that good. I think it was terrible directing and terrible writing and just a terrible script. The script sucked. I think we can all agree on that. From the moment his second scene happened, I immediately was this isn't good. I don't like it. I don't think he was the right actor to play him, and also I don't think he was in the movie enough, and personally my favorite parts in the book were with him when he was at the army base, when he was at Wright-Patterson. I think I wanted more. I don't know, I wanted more. From the book, I give him a 4 out of 10. I don't think he recreated that character well. And from movie-wise, performance-wise, I give him a 5 out of 10. Performance-wise, he did okay. But again, the writing was not good. There could have been more. There was so much potential to this movie and it sucked. They had so many opportunities. They had so many opportunities to make it good and they did it. Evan. He was laughably terrible. I cringed at him. The second I saw him, I was like, who is this? He did a terrible job, I think. His script was terrible. And he wasn't even he didn't even do good. I was so mad. That's my least favorite part, I think, of the whole thing. Because in the book, he's this creepy and he's cute and funny. I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking about the relationships because I have to. The relationship between Evan and Cassie was not there. It wasn't there at all. Another thing is, in the book, I think Evan was a lot more into Cassie. He was a lot more creepy and I don't know, it made more sense. He made more sense in the book. He is her hunter. He was the one that was hunting her and kind of stalking her. He was way more in love with Cassie. And in the movie, they made it seem like Cassie was way more in love with him when it wasn't like that at all. The annoying scene where he was in the lake and he was just washing his beautiful body, that was so unnecessary. How she was watching him there no, that didn't even happen. That never happened. It didn't happen in the book for a reason, because Cassie's not in love with him as much as he is in love with her. It also, the most annoying part about that lake scene was that people who don't read these novels, these dystopian YA novels, it's just all ruined. It just made it seem like this book has to be like some trashy romance novel when it's not. It's actually really suspenseful and really good, and it's not cheesy like the movie. Because now all these people who don't read these books and only see the movies, it's not a good, that was not a good portrayal of the real parts, the good parts of this book. It's not this stupid, trashy romance that he didn't even do a good job showing. For Evan, I give him a 2 out of 10 from the book. Actually, you know what? I changed that to a 1. He didn't do good. He did so bad. And in the movie, overall, I give him a 1. It was just not good. It was so funny. Also, where was Resnick? Huh? Where was Resnick? Did I not read his name in the book? Was he not really there? Was that all in my head? Oh, I was so mad. I don't think they did good for not having him in the movie. In the book, like they show, it really kind of makes it a little bit more hardcore, and it puts you way more in that point of view for how they're putting these kids in this army base and training them. It would have also shown the growth of Zombie. It would have shown his growth in the army. It would have made a little bit more of character development and giving you more of a connection with Zombie and Sammy, because there wasn't any of that to start with. I didn't like the girl who played Ringer. That she sucked. She was like emo. She wasn't emo in the book. She was just like this, I don't know, she was way more hardcore in the book. The relationship between Ben and Ringer was not there at all. There was no connection. There wasn't with anyone, really. Who did the best? It was probably Vash, because he barely did anything. It's so sad that he had the best performance out of everyone. How sad is that? Who was the other kid? Who was the other? Oh, Pound Cake. Was he Pound Cake? The kid who was helping Oompa. He did really good. He did a really good job. I admired his performance. Okay. After all that probably was the longest intro ever. From the book to movie adaptation wise, it still sucked. They started off with Cassie and the Crucifix Soldier. I was actually kind of on the edge of my seat, even though I knew it was gonna happen. I think they opened up great. And I also liked how they took the crucifix part and they tied it in a little bit later in the movie. This is where she's at now. They did good with that. And she was at a party? Cassie from book would not have done that. She wouldn't have been at a party. Like, that wasn't what she did. And then she goes and talks to Ben? Why is she doing that? Ugh. They then showed how they were getting to know the aliens. They did okay with showing how the aliens, or how everyone was finding out about the aliens. But I think they took too long showing all that. They could have, used more of that time to, I don't know, show the rest of the movie. And that one stupid close-up of Ben when he was like dressed as a football player and Cassie was like, oh my god, Ben, leave him out of this. He's not in this part. He doesn't acknowledge her. He doesn't do that. They did a good job showing the waves. I felt very suspense. The best scene was when that girl was like looking at the window and poosh. That was good. I think they should have shown more of the plague with the relationship with Cassie and her mom, because I think it would have made it a little bit more scary. It would have made us care a little bit more that there was an actual alien apocalypse happening. They should have done that whole her mom dying differently. More scenes of that would have been better. And she was still narrating 15 minutes into the movie. It could have been 20. I think she was still narrating 20 minutes into the movie. The annoying part about most book to movie adaptations is that you're gonna have the narrating. Name one book to movie adaptation where there wasn't narrating. None. And then with the army, I think I didn't like that either. I think they should have stuck with how it was in the book, because it was in the book like that for a reason. They should have shown Ben when he was in the tent and when the army guy was like, they're inside us. I don't know, that would have been good foreshadowing. That would have made so much, that would have been so good. I would have been like, oh my god, yes. And they didn't do that. They didn't. And I think they should have done the whole Sammy thing too. They should have shown him going to the nurse instead of Ben. And they didn't even show Wonderland. Wonderland would have given a reason for the trackers. Like, the trackers would have been there already, but like, so they could track them and stuff. The trackers is what like kind of gave him a little bit more to Wonderland. And if they had shown Sammy going through Wonderland and Ben going through Wonderland, there could have been at least a slight ounce of character development with that. But they didn't have to skip through Wonderland. Also, the only time she was like caring about Ben was just because it was funny. Like, the movie was supposed to be funny. They skipped through all of it. They skipped through it all. I don't know. The part with Cassie at Evan's house. There were so many good conversations they should have been having before they left. It would have made their relationship a little bit better. See, I didn't really care that much about Evan and Cassie in the book as much as I cared about Ben. That was just personal. That was like a personal thing for me. I don't know why. They then did a terrible job with them in the movie. It was kind of like, I don't care about this at all. I was imagining me watching the movie as if I had never read the book, and I was like, who cares? They did a terrible job with the conversation of Cassie finding out Evan was an alien. It was over the course of 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, and that was it. I wish there could have been that conversation of where Evan was trying to explain to Cassie about how the aliens are just a consciousness. They're not actual things. In the book, it was like they explained it as so much more beautiful when the actual aliens, like Wright Patterson, all the army soldiers and stuff, they were the only people that they left in there to explain anything about the aliens, and they made it seem so disgusting. That's how it was in the book, but that's all they gave us when there was so much more. I'm talking about the 5th grade.
That movie sucked.
You don't even know it sucked. You didn't even watch it. Wait, what? 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 I didn't like how Ben and Ringer found out who the aliens were. There was no suspense whatsoever. They did all right with the battle scene. I was very involved. I was very intrigued. But other than that, it kind of sucked. I don't think we're gonna get a second movie. I still kind of want one though. I haven't read the second book yet because I don't know, it just hasn't happened yet. I mean, if they do a second movie, everyone please pray that they're gonna have a different writer, different director. I would be fine with different actors too. Or Chloe, she did good. I wonder if they even read the book. I wonder if someone was just sitting there like, yeah, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. Either way, they had lots of opportunities to make it good, and they didn't take any of them. That's all I have to say about that movie. Sorry, I was kind of all over the place. This is gonna take a long time to edit, isn't it? I had a lot of notes. Uno, dos, tres, cuatros. Go look at my other videos. They're fun too. Bye.